here in Latvia and in Europe and the whole NATO alliance. That's just a wonderful cause. But right now, before our next presentation, I want to highlight the Slido platform. Please do use this platform to send in your questions. We're going to try to ping them into the speakers, and it's quite simple. Just go to slido.com and type in the code, and I'm going to spell it out for you. Quickly write it down. It's 6868005. Yeah, that's the Slido QR code. Please do scan that, send in your questions, and we're going to try to just plug those questions in. All right, the next presentation is here. Our next speaker is ready, and he's going to answer quite the challenging question. What makes a perfect deep tech startup technology? That's quite the challenging question, but looking at his resume, he is the right man for the job because he has more than 18 years of experience in such industries as AI, blockchain, and circular economy. He's a recognized inventor and a winner of many prestigious awards. He's passionate about solving global challenges with the help of technology and entrepreneurship, and he's the founder of Radical Innovations Group. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome on the stage Dr. Krishnaswamy Sankaran. Krishna, welcome.
Thank you. So first of all, I'm trying a different format here without any presentation, but just wanted to share my thought about how my journey has been, both as a founder, as a startup CEO, later on in the VC and the private equity space. Let me make it already clear to you what makes a perfect deep tech startup. The answer is a lie. If anyone comes and tells you they know the recipe for building a perfect organization, forget about even deep tech, it's filled with myth, bluffs, and total lie. And I can tell you this from my experience, having worked in the space for a long time, both from a corporate point of view, but also from the point of view of looking at it from investments. Let me start a story with a small story which my father told me when he was building his career. We all go through this career ladder, start at a junior position, then go a little senior, senior that, then we become senior of senior that, and then VP, senior VP, blah, 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 and then you all reach to the point of the topmost rung of the ladder, and then you realize, shit, the ladder is on the wrong wall. And I have been searching for the growth, searching for progress in an area where it's too risky for me to jump, it's too risky for me to do anything, social pressure, call what may be, and we are stuck. The same thing happens also in a startup environment. Many startups go through this ideal search of perfection, one after the other, without looking at the market, the wrong wall syndrome. So this is not only about personal careers, but also about startups. So I would like to leave you with my personal message in 4 key points, what startups should start looking into. The first one is they have to reassess their business model. The second one, they have to innovate value creation. And the third one is they have to gear up the execution. And the fourth one, they have to amplify collaboration. So it's RIGA, for you to think about, R-I-G-A. So I will go one by one and say what I found as a good recipe for building perhaps an imperfect startup, but a successful venture. Okay? So what I mean by reassess business value. Here we are in a deep tech startup environment. I'm not here to speak about technology. There are many great people who have spoke about it. So I'm emphasizing on business value model or business model value creation. So when you're building up your startup, the first and foremost thing what one has to think about is what are your key resources? What are your key assets? And what are your key activities that is going to create a sustainable value creation? So the word sustainability is one of the abused words in the world today, and we put sustainable in everything what we do. But I'm using it very cautiously. It's the premise on which you can build something, not for today, but for the future. So value creation from the point of business model means how one can think about the model in which the money is being generated for something you're going to give in return. The second one is innovating the value creation. So value creation, as a matter of fact, is not just money, but what is the build of brand that you're bringing into the fore? What is the activity that makes the customer, whether it is B2B or B2C, find you as an allied partner for them to do the business with? So innovating value creation is a very important thing. The third one, from my own journey, is gearing up on the execution. As a startup investor, one of the things what we look into is companies that can bootstrap. You know, the word bootstrapping is something that we look for in every team that we look into. It's easy to give money to somebody and it's easy to spend it, and we have seen a lot of companies do that. But are we looking for something that can have its own ability to bootstrap and run? What I mean by that is, in today's world, where failing is a taboo, what we are looking for is an aptitude towards failing fast and failing quick in a way that you can test the market. And if a team can do that in an executing manner that comes along, that's the best case scenario. So what we want is some of the institutional empowerment that people can do as a team in a bootstrapping manner. Once they do that, we know there is a team, there is an execution. So what I mean by execution is not just technology developers, but it's also the business developers, it's a project management. So project management is a very key aspect of building up that execution. And the last point, what I wanted to leave is about the collaboration. When we look into collaboration, the whole aspect of how we can partner with research institutions, how we can work with organizations that have the ability to give you resources that you don't have as a startup is a very important aspect. I can tell you, one of the biggest startups that we founded was collaborating with 4 different partners from 4 different countries where they were able to test market at a much easier rate, which we cannot do with funding them with a team. So collaborating with stakeholders is a very key aspect. So for me, the biggest learning curve is those 4 steps. And once you go through the 4th step on the business value creation, on developing the value creation from the innovation point of view, and gearing up your teamwork, that's the right step. And last but not the least, the collaboration aspect. And collaboration, if you can think about it, leveraging platforms like this, bringing together people who can work together in a startup environment is the best thing. So I'll stop here, and I'm really looking forward for the collective panel group where I can give more insights if you have some specific questions. And thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Krishna. Valuable, valuable insights. Please do approach Krishna. He's going to be here. We're going to see him and hear him, but please approach him. He's definitely gone through a lot of experience that especially young deep tech startups can use to promote their journey and to grow much faster.